You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the April 9th meeting of the LaPorte County Sheriff Merit Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
I'd like to welcome you to the April 9th, 2025 meeting of the LaPorte County Sheriff's Merit Board. If you would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Laura, since you're here, would you mind?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, after a little bit of confusion this morning, I'm happy to say that Laura is here, even though she wasn't supposed to be here, so thank you. I appreciate you being here.
I apologize for being present today.
Miss Mock called me and said she's not going to attend, but we do have 4, so we have a quorum, so we will proceed. Did everyone receive a copy of the minutes from last month's meeting? Are there any corrections seen? Hearing none, to have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Have a motion to have a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Thank you. Morning, Sheriff.
Good morning.
It is.
It is. It's going to be a quick one today because we do have some students coming in from New Prairie, and the sociology class is going to come in for a visit with us and a tour of the jail. So we're going to kind of get you in and out. And Mrs. Francisconi, my condolences to you and Mark and the family on the passing of Mark's dad. Yep, you bet.
I'll try to get through my 2 sheets of notes that I have here.
Okay, very good. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Okay, very good. All right, calls for service between February and March increased. This doesn't come to a surprise as we are starting to see some nicer weather, so the guys have been more active and more busy with their calls for service. Total calls for the service for the month increased 21% from 2,022 to 2,440. Our crash reports decreased 8% from 106 to 97. Our traffic stops increased 16% from 870 to 1,007. We have been doing a lot of grant enforcement, funded enforcement here lately, and that's the biggest reason for the increase in traffic stops. Cardiac crashes decreased 25% from 24 to 18, and this one shows you how we're starting to get busy. Year to date, compared to last year, we've seen our calls for service have been a 6% increase. If you remember last month, we were sitting about 9% less than the year before, and we've jumped up to 6% more. In 2024, this time last year, we answered 5,986 calls for service. This year, we're at 6,344. So it's starting off to be a busy spring and going into the summer. Deputy Adam Needles continues his training at NYLEA. He is expected to graduate on Friday, May 2nd at 1 p.m. The graduation ceremony will be held at the chapel on the University of Valparaiso's campus, if anybody is interested in attending. It is a real nice event, probably about an hour long graduation. I would recommend if you do want to go, maybe to get there a little bit early because parking is hard to come by over there. I will say that. As a reminder, the Indiana Sheriff's Association and the Neil Thompson Scholarships are available. I think the deadline is quickly approaching, or it may have already approached to sign up for those, but I think if anybody wants to get a last minute application in, it is possible. The Sheriff's Association application is available through Captain Allen, and the Neil Thompson Scholarship can be found through the Unity Foundation's website with a link. Applications for the Indiana Sheriff's Association Youth Summer Camp are available. They can be picked up through one of the SROs or through Captain Allen. This year's camp will take place June 23rd through the 25th. We usually have a pretty good group of kids that go down with our SROs. I know Deputy Adams and Deputy Crail are camp counselors, and they really look forward to it as well, too, every year.
Where's that held at, Sheriff?
I knew you was going to ask me. It's just south of Lafayette. Yeah.
Okay, I know the place.
Yeah. I knew you was going to ask me that this morning. On Thursday, March 20th, we had our yearly state jail inspection that was completed by the Indiana Department of Corrections. The inspection went very well, and I'm very pleased with the work that the men and women do within the jail on a daily basis. There was just a few minor, what I'm going to call issues that weren't really issues, but they need to find something. One was the lighting in one of the cells wasn't quite adequate where it should be, and there was a couple fire extinguishers that, although they were good and they were yearly checked, some of them weren't signed off on their monthly check. So those issues have been addressed and straightened out, and again, nothing to be concerned of. We received unanimous support from the County Council for an appropriation not to exceed $665,000 for our 2025 vehicle purchase. I see Councilman Mullenhour here. I want to thank him for his support on that as well, too. We're looking to purchase 13 vehicles, one for a civil process vehicle, 3 unmarked vehicles, and 9 marked vehicles. Those vehicles have been ordered. The marked vehicles are going to be tentatively built at the end of May. We probably are looking at a June or July before we start receiving possession of the marked Ford vehicles. Our 2026 pension actuary was received a week or two ago. The contribution is increasing by $55,718. If you remember, this year our actuary was $953,593. It's going to go up to $2,009,311. It's just going to go up a little bit due to some of the longevity raises that the guys receive throughout the year. I for one believe $55,000 is a very manageable raise. As we leading up to these last couple of weeks, the pension had been doing very well because of the stock market. We'll see what it's going to be like next month at our pension board meeting that we have next month on where we stand at. I'm not looking forward to that at all. This year's combined law enforcement memorial program will take place on Friday, May 9th at 11 a.m. with a lunch to follow. It will once again be held at the Michigan City FOP there on US 20, and this year's keynote speaker will be recently promoted Lieutenant Colonel Al Williamson. Al's been a longtime employee of the state police, and he's a LaPorte County native, so we're honored to have him come in and share some words with us on May 9th. The 2024 Unity Foundation report regarding the Neil Thompson Memorial Scholarship is attached. I would like you to flip to that, and we're going to discuss some things, reference it real quick. The scholarship is primarily funded by proceeds from the Sheriff's Christmas show that we do every year. If you go to the second page of the report, you'll see that where we started off at the beginning of the year with a little over $145,000 in that fund. At the end of the year, we had an ending balance of $162,699.71. So we can see that fund has grown quite a bit over the year. If you flip to the next page, I believe it'll be the last page, you can see all the donations that were made into the fund throughout the year, and you can see that a majority of the funds do come from proceeds from the Sheriff's Office Christmas show. There is a couple individual donations from certain members of family. As you can see, Neil's sister always contributes to it every year, is there as well too. So the fund is doing very well. We're pleased with the work that the Unity Foundation is doing with holding that fund for us. So we're again very excited, very pleased with the gains that we made in there.
Sheriff, what's the amount of the scholarship that?
It's under Sheriff Boyd, we raised it. It's been several years ago. It was $1,000, but we raised it to $1,500 per year. And then I do have a couple of letters of thank you and commendation. Both of them are quite lengthy, but I will just provide a quick synopsis. The first one is from Steve Irick, Chief Probation Officer, thanking Jim Jackson and the inmate work crew for a lot of work that he did to help them. Mr. Irick, along with the judges, have been very active in creating a kind of a respite house in Michigan City on the old premises of Franciscan there on Homer Street. They've provided some space for this. They were able to cobble onto some furniture that was donated. I believe it come out of Valparaiso, and Jim was very helpful in delivering that furniture to this new respite house for individuals who are recovering from drug addiction. So as you can see, very thankful the work that Jim Jackson had did for them and helping out with that cause. The next letter is from Captain Jeff Wright, thanking many individuals, not only from the Sheriff's Office, but from the Michigan City Police Department, the EMS Director, and the Porter County Search and Rescue Team in reference to a missing female that walked away from her home in Scipio Township. There was a pretty intensive search, manhunt, so to speak, for this lady. They were able to find her in a ditch, injured, and get her proper medical treatment, ultimately probably saving her life because it was cold out that evening. So as you can see, it lists everybody that needs to be congratulated and worked on with that. So next month's meeting will be Wednesday, May the 14th at 9 a.m. We do have a pension board meeting following that. Also, you'll see the Warrant Division, Detective Bureau, and the jail monthly reports attached. And that's all I've got for you today.
Thank you. Any comments from the floor? Comments from the floor? Did you nudge the guy next to you to wake him up? Did you? Okay. Okay, hearing none. Comments from the board. Jim? Laura?
No comment.
No comment.
Wow. Just one question I have on the new vehicles that you're getting. Are you trading off any pickup trucks?
I believe we've got one. It's an old one. It was the 2014 Dodge pickup truck that was given to us by the marshals, and it was when Captain Hynek was in the FAST unit. That red Dodge pickup truck that we've had for quite some time. I believe that one's being traded in.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing else, so unless there's an objection, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion has passed. Meeting adjourned at 9:12 a.m.